Welcome to Olympus. My name is Ryan. I hope everyone is doing well. Happy Tuesday, November 4th. I can't believe it's November already. That is pretty crazy. October went very quickly. How is everyone doing? Hope good. I got to remember this time to actually share my screen. Honestly, I never show up for the giveaways. The real prize is the knowledge and experience. Oh, thank you, Bob Bobbyson. Yeah, I mean the whole goal of these live streams and really this channel is try to prepare people to be the best that they can be in the game. So a lot of what we try to do is give either tips, tricks, or ideas that they haven't thought of and make sure that they're focused on the right things. And that's is really what we're going for. Yeah. A new goose team for you? Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, we'll definitely try that later on. We're going to be doing some fights in a bit, and we will be doing a giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream as well. So, 2 lives ago, I got the giveaway. It was overestimated. What do you mean overestimated? The giveaway is going to be a gift package. So skins, artifacts, plus I think like summoning spheres or portal charges. Yeah. This time it's designed with versatility in mind for area of conquest. Good. Yeah, that's really good. AOC is going to be starting relatively soon. If we look at the calendar here, we're starting on the 10th, it looks like, and right now we're on the 4th. So we got about 5 days before it starts. So taking a look at this, the 10th is a Monday. So on Monday we'll start, probably go for most of the week. Area of Conquest is a big event. It is a big event because, number one, you can get a lot of great resources with the chests that it offers. Those are some of the most valuable things within Hero Wars. So you want to get as many of those chests as you possibly can. And I mean, as a guild, like the more you put in with those coins, the more chests you can get, and those prizes aren't bad. They're not bad, and hopefully they actually upgrade those chests to start to give out better better patterns too. I think that will eventually happen with the new pattern. We'll talk about that in a little bit though. Yeah. Hey Tumby Roby, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Any thoughts on how to use Electra before she comes out? I actually think Goose and Fafnir will be an excellent combo. I do have some thoughts. We're going to be going over Electra. We're going to be going over at least her Hero Wars Alliance abilities a little bit later on. So yeah, be expecting that. Be expecting that. And I'm not sure it's actually been 100% confirmed, but from what I've heard, it's pretty well determined. Like I don't think Hero Wars has come out and said it's going to be Electra, but I think based off of clues and what some people know inside of Hero Wars, that is going to be the case. So we're going to assume that we're getting Electra, and we're going to be going over her today. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick it off. Spooky Festival. Spooky Festival has been going on. I hope everyone's is going well. I gotta say, I am getting a crazy low drop rate from these ghost candies, or what they used to be known as ghost candies, ghost energy. These things, I've only gotten 10 Spooky Festival coins, and that's with doing a lot of these tasks and getting some of the free ones, giving the giveaways, all that good stuff. So it hasn't been the greatest for me. Hopefully, it's been better for you. Hopefully, you've had better luck going here on the drops. Furnace of Souls, this is super easy. We went over this on last live stream, but this takes legitimately less than a minute to do, even with like 3 teams. Get you enough just to go over the line, and you're good. I haven't gotten much from the coins. I think 4 total, but I got Vanquished Absolute to complete Lara from it. Okay. You're talking about from the merchant right here, the absolute artifact chests. That's one of the better buys. That is definitely one of the better buys for sure. I have gotten 10 coins and guys, I remember going back and forth on my last stream. I did decide to go ahead and pull the trigger for the Augustus demonic skin. I didn't want to have to wait a year for it. That's the only reason. I'm not going to be getting the Fafnir or Folio maybe later on. But all the rest will probably be going to these absolute artifact chests. I do think it's probably the best buy. If you have patience, unlike me, I probably better to do these absolute artifact chests or even skin stones. It really depends on what you need to upgrade your heroes. Just so everyone knows the way I think about this, I know there is a energy or a emerald value associated with each of these items. I don't really pay attention to that. That's not what I'm looking for whenever I'm thinking of shop things. What I'm thinking about is what do I need for my least equipped hero, right? So I usually focus on one hero at a time and I try to build them up. So in this case, let's get out of here. The one hero I've been leveling up during the Hero Tournament of Power is Goose, right? So I got Goose to +2. That's part of what I have done already. But I don't have all the skins up, even though I have the skin stones. So I'm going to be upgrading them today. And artifacts is kind of the next thing in line that I need to upgrade. So we'll also be doing some of that. So for me, artifacts are going to be the most important. You can kind of tell based off my consumables, I have a ton of skin stones that I can pull from. So don't really need those. They're always extras are nice. They're nice. Don't really need those. Don't need chaos particles at all or pet summoning eggs. These wish crystals and wish insignia. I probably would go after these if they were like you could choose what you got. But since you can't, yeah. So far, I put 13 gang, got 14 coin. Pretty good. But I had some bad spooky fest in the past. Oh, yep. That's better than me. Much better than me. I have not. It's not been good to me. Maybe the next 2 days will kind of redeem it. I've finished most of the quests here. Like I still got the login. I'm not doing very many emeralds besides my daily amount of emeralds, so I'll probably get that. I will do the energy. I will be able to get that 1 coin from there. I'm not doing opening Outland chests. I haven't bought anything besides my one Valkyrie's Favor, and I finished this one. I think this one was just fight a bunch in Spooky Festival. And then I'll be getting probably I'll be able to get some more of these explorer moves. I do like that it's been giving away explorer moves. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Yeah. So, have I convinced you of his use? I had kept on facing Goose, and he was getting annoying for me. So that's kind of my. Whenever a hero gets annoying, that's whenever I decide I should build him up on my team too. I might be using him. I might be using him in Area of Conquest. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Yeah, but Spooky Festival going okay. I did get the Goose skin. Let's go ahead and talk about the Hero Tournament of Power. Hero Tournament of Power. So, we're going to check on my leaderboard real quick, and you'll notice something. Carol, however you say, is dominating this thing. That's not good. That is not good for Ryan. You can see I'm at 97,000, which isn't bad. I'm actually going to be upgrading some more on the stream so you can see some of what I do. Now, I honestly wouldn't recommend really putting a lot of your resources until the end, but I think you can see a pretty clear breakpoint, right? I'm not going to be able probably to get to this. So what I want to do is get right above this guy. That's going to be my strategy. Yeah. That's going to be my strategy. Oh, I just realized, Ryan, I thought you were an Olympus guild, or is this an alt? This is actually my main account. My alt is the one in Olympus. Yeah. I'm saving my experience potions and stole stones for next month's tournament. I have like 50 evolutions and 25 million experience worth of potions. That's great. Yeah, that's going to really help you. That's really going to help you. Unfortunately for me, I've already upgraded all my heroes to 130. That's how I won a lot of these earlier tournament of powers. But now really the only quote unquote free upgrades I can do is upgrading the skills of these. So I've been going up and leveling up the actual skills because I have plenty of gold, but I only do that during the Tournament of Power. Yeah. You got 2 of them. You got 2 of the skins. Nice job, Nino. Sounds like you're doing really well. My jet is at orange +4, and I can upgrade him to red now during TOP if I wanted, but I don't remember if rank red is the last task for the upcoming jet brawls. It is. But you can go ahead and do it now, and it will still count for the jet brawls. It's definitely better to do it now. 100%. I think free offers for emeralds are entirely underrated. Don't gotta spend a dime. I pulled a 200k emeralds last month playing lame games. Oh, you mean the like the free games that they put on the side? Yeah, I guess that's not a bad idea. Look, emeralds, like whenever you can get free emeralds, either from the like Hero Tournament of Power, Titan Tournament of Power, anything like that, it's super valuable. Like if I was trying to buy that same amount, that's like $50, right? 44,000, $50. So yeah, especially for the newer players. If you are new, there should be a link in the description, by the way, to if you click on it, you should be able to get some free heroes, some free stuff. So I think you might have to start a new account, but well worth it if you started. A 5 times starts tomorrow. Yeah. I think you might be right. It's been a hot second. We have the Merchant Secret Wealth going on right now. So I always love this event because I buy these items for pet potions. This is why I do Adventure 13 so much, is to get pet potions to buy this stuff. So happy with that. But Tournament of Titan Power, or Hero Power right here. Let's go ahead and do some upgrades. Now, I have already upgraded, as I mentioned, Goose. I already put some items into Polaris too. So I'm kind of just, I haven't done all my resources. I won't do all my resources today either. But you can see here, I have upgraded my hero skins a decent amount of times. I've done some Ascension. We'll do a little bit more Ascension today. Leveling up hero artifacts, that has already been maxed. And I usually collect these right at the end. It's just a lot of points that you can grab real quick. How good will Christmas season be for Hero Wars? Just to know I'm right to reserve funds for the holidays. I mean, Christmas, are you talking about Winterfest? I'm assuming we're probably going to have a new Titan released maybe during Winterfest. That will be kind of seeing the match. But if that is the case, if we have a new hero released and Winterfest happening at the same time, that would be one of the best times to spend both emeralds and money. I've basically decided I'm only spending emeralds once or twice each month on different events. If I go to the calendar, it's either going to be the Tournament of Titan Power on like this day right here, or whenever the new hero comes out, I'll probably spend some during Ascension of Asgard. That's probably going to be it. Yeah. Yeah, they know my comeback. Well, I mean, I think everyone kind of does the same strategy. Yeah, probably. They probably know. That's one of, I guess, the slight disadvantage of being a streamer is people can know your strategy. Let's do some Goose upgrading. Let's go ahead and get Goose's magic defense all the way up. Okay, looks like I need some more skins. We'll go ahead. I don't know. Let's just grab like that many of strength. That should be more than enough. There we go. Maxed out. Good deal. Let's go to his artifacts. We're going to move these to 130. Again, I usually recommend doing this at the last second. I probably will save some stuff to last second anyway. Like I still have plenty of resources to use, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay, got that to 130. All of those, great. I'll be able to upgrade that for evolutions later on. How much did that give me? Not a ton. Move me up a little bit to 104. Okay. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going on the Hero Tournament of Power. We will upgrade some Ascension stuff. I want to save a few for tomorrow just so I can get the Prestige task as well. But I can probably do 8 today. 8 different ascensions. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. No, can't do Ninja Turtles. Don't have enough. Not doing Yasmin. Probably skipping Morgan for now. Definitely not doing Cornelius. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do Goose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move into level 4. 5. Let's just go this path. 6, 7, and 8. There we go. Okay. Should have given me a little boost. A little something. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. The advantage of people knowing your strategy, though, is you receive more attention, focus on your playstyle, which means you get more information on a versatile position. Yeah. Yeah. That is true. 4 billion gold, not too bad. Yeah. Everyone asks me, how do you have so much gold? How do I get so much gold? I'm going to be honest, guys. You're not going to like the answer. And it's not money. It is grinding. It is just grinding this dungeon. Let's take a look at what I did today. 43.95 Titanite. That's what I've been doing over like the past week or so. 43.95. That's 700. If you do the math, 700 levels. 700. Let's go to the statistics. Yeah, right here. 43.95 over the past full week. That is a lot of grinding. Now, I've gotten it to, I'm pretty efficient at it. I'm pretty efficient grinding now. But really the reason is not the gold. I want to be done with this as soon as possible. I just need the Titan potions so that I can max out all the new Titans and the Titans that I have. So I'm waiting for the Titan Tournament of Power to do that. But that is the reason. That is the reason that I'm grinding the dungeon so hard. I only have just a little bit more before I have enough for the next Titan to be fully maxed out. Yeah. Holy whale. Only way you can grind that far in the dungeon too is if you have a very good water team. Like that's kind of the cheat code for the dungeon, especially now with this water fusion. If you have the Death's Whisper and Pulse of the Ancients, it's just a bunch of healing. So it allows you to heal your team up pretty quick, which is what I do. So just you get a ton of gold. I'm getting like 1.1 million gold per level now. 1.1 million gold. So gold doesn't even matter to me, right? Titan Artifact Sphere, you can also trade for gold once Titan souls are max. That is true. Though I would argue that it is much more important to get your Titan level up. I did change it for gold a little bit. Whenever I really needed gold, I would change this out for gold. But now I do exclusively Titan potions. And once I'm finished with Titan potions, I don't know. Maybe I go Sparks of Power, but I probably don't need those either. Speaking of which, that's a good idea. I hadn't even been thinking about it. Let's talk about Sparks of Power real quick. Let's go ahead and upgrade those. I probably forget about them. How much do I have? 243? I don't think that's a ton. Who's next in line? I don't even know. I don't really have a line. Let's just go ahead, start from the back. All this is costing me is money, which I don't really care about. There we go. Nice. Faceless, you're next. Yeah, this isn't gonna get me super far, but every other point helps, you know. Ziri already finished. Satori, cool. If they still let me reset this and then kept on doing it, I probably would with how much gold I have, but they kind of took that away. And we'll upgrade this a little bit. I don't want to completely go out of my Gift of the Elements here because I will need some to upgrade later on. Okay, there we go. I'll just finish. I'll finish Kayla. And I'll call it now. There we go. A lot of them are done. Not all of them, but a lot. How much did that get me? Okay, that got me a little bit more than I thought it was going to. 122. Okay. Within like kind of range. 1 million per level. That is insane. I'm doing 28 per K per level. We have room to work with here. Yeah, well, I mean, you can look. I'm number 2 on my server for dungeon. I'm at level 112,420. So, yeah, I've grinded. It is mind numbing to do this. But I also want to make sure that I'm getting as much resources as I can as quickly as I can. So, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. What do you mean 1 million per level? Yeah. So, you know how whenever you do a save point in the dungeon, you get gold? Don't grind dungeons sober. It's way better. Yeah, I bet. It would be easier. So if I went through this and you can see here I have a negative 75 healing on me because I've gone so far in the dungeon, they just don't heal my titans anymore. But if I kept on going on this next level save point, I would get about 1.1 million gold for each save point. That adds up very quickly. So if I'm doing 70 levels, I'm getting about 80 million gold per day for free just by doing dungeon. So gold doesn't even matter for me anymore. Like it doesn't mean a thing, which is nice. But I would like to trade it out for something if I could, but you can't. So what can you do? Yeah. All right. So let's see. What else can we upgrade for Hero Tournament of Power? Um, I think Goose is pretty much done. Tomorrow, I'll probably be doing his upgrading all these as 6-star. I have the resources there. That will give me a lot of points. I have already done most of the items that I can. Guess I could do a few for Polaris here. Let's go ahead, create this. We'll create a few of these. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll create this key to all doors. We can promote. And we can equip these two. That's a few more points too. Okay. I'm not going to be able, unfortunately, to get Polaris to red +2. I do have a red gifted dominion. I'm ready to use. Got any eternal seed ascensions to do? I do. I don't want to use it though. I'm intentionally trying not to use it because I can't get first place. I do want to try to conserve some resources. And because of that, I am able to move up the warrior level, but I'm gonna try to wait. I'm definitely gonna try to wait, Bob. Yeah. So I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If I can't win, then I don't want to. I don't want to use them. Right. I have 138. This requires 120. I could level this up 5 times. I want to save that if I can for the next Hero Tournament of Power, where it's going to be a little bit more hopefully competitive. But I like look at this leaderboard. Like Carol is the top 1 in terms of activity on his guild. Per is the top 1 on activity on his guild. RHB, second in activity in his guild. Gregory or Gregor, third. Achilles. You know, all of these ones that are pretty high are very active. So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Is there any other upgrades that I can do for the Hero Tournament of Power? Can you go over the strats for some of us without Ninja Turtles on how to make a great team for Maestro? Mushy and Shroom, Sebastian, Isaac are usually in my lineup, but it's rough. Yeah, there is a great resource. If you just Google Maestro best teams, and I know Olympus is actually going to be creating this resource on his blog. I'm not sure if it's there yet, but if you go there, you'll be able to see um, a lot of the teams that are best. And I think you can switch out Ninja Turtles on one of those teams too. Ryan, can you talk about new hero and stop walling? Yeah, we can talk about Electra. Let's do it. All right. So this is for Hero Wars Alliance. I want to point this out. This is not confirmed that this is going to be the hero yet, or that the tank is going to be exactly the same. But this is Electra. This is what Electra looks like. Electra is a tank. Frontline, obviously. Strength. She has good synergy with mages and Eternity heroes. Don't worry about Eternity heroes. That's something only in Hero Wars Alliance, right? And the tier list, well, we don't know yet. So let's take a look at her abilities. Number 1, Pain's Embrace. Electra absorbs all incoming damage for 6 seconds. During this time, she cannot move, attack, or be displaced. Once the barrier fades, she blinds nearby enemies for 7 seconds. So kind of a control effect. That means they can't hit, and increases allies' magic attack. The absorbed amount is limited to 25% health plus 300,000, and the magic attack increase is 50% magic attack plus 6,000. This skill makes Electra an incredible tank for magical teams. She absorbs devastating damage and shields her allies indirectly and boosts their offensive output right after. I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. I think she could be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be trying to save up for her items as soon as I finish my items that I'm trying to with Polaris. I'll be just trying to get strength items for Electra. Are we sure that she's going to be the new hero? It's not 100% confirmed, but I think a lot of people in the know have said, yeah, that is pretty close to being sure. Yeah. Yeah. So next up, the second ability, Field of Lightning. Electra calls down bursts of electricity that hit nearby enemies, reduce their magic defense for 9 seconds. You can kind of think of it a little bit like Augustus's ability right there. The reduction equals 35% magic attack plus 3,000 plus an additional 250 reduction for every 10,000 health lost. So I don't know if these are actually going to be the same abilities that she has in our game. If it is, she's going to be very good with magic teams. Very good. She would be very good with Orion Augustus teams. She would be very good with Krista and Lars teams. Probably good with Cascade. All of those. All of those would be good. Next up, Oath of Protection. For 10 seconds, Electra protects allies who started the battle with her and currently have less health than she does. She absorbs part of the damage they receive. The absorbed amount equals 10% health plus 6,000 or 15 plus... Okay, that doesn't matter. This skill boosts Electra's role as a protector for her faction and allies who rely on staying alive longer. I wonder if she is going to be an undead hero and that might change to undead heroes. That is possible. That'd kind of make undead teams a little bit stronger, even though they don't really have a lot of mages besides Phobos. So... we'll see. You can kind of tell what her abilities are. She just is going to be taking a lot of damage. And the reason she's able to do that is because of this. At the start of the battle, Electra converts her armor, magic defense, dodge into health, increasing her survivability. The increase is 10% health plus 12,000 per 1,000 defensive stats converted. However, once converted, those defensive stats become 0 and cannot be altered in combat. What does that mean? Everything that attacks her is going to be pure damage. So she'll be taking a lot of damage. But look at this. Her final maximum health becomes about 2.7 million. I wonder also if you change that and have like Aiden. Like Aiden increases the armor, magic defense, and health. So she could even have even more. That's a lot. Albus can counter her directly. That's a good call. They'll be taking a lot of pure damage there. A lot of pure damage. But I think she could work really well with a lot of teams because she's going to be increasing magic attack. And I do wonder what her artifact is going to be too. Right? I'm actually not sure what it is in Hero Wars Alliance. Let's see if it has it here. Looks like some armor and a strength. Yep. You'll want to, and the default skin. All the skins you're definitely going to want to go up. Okay, it has toughness here. That's not going to be the same. It'd be interesting if it's armor or something like that. What's also going to be interesting, and we'll go ahead and point this out. With Electra, there is something else that could be very good for her. And that is going to be a pattern that is going to be coming into the game very soon. That is here. Let's go ahead and do that. Max pattern, health pattern. Increases max health by 13% if you max it out. Now, normally, like this is pretty solid by itself, right? You're increasing all health. And the nice thing is, it doesn't matter if you're facing a magic defense team or armor or a physical attack team, because the armor and the magic defense are kind of specific. If you have health, it just kind of helps everything, right? So that's probably going to change from armor. Like I have a lot of ones with armor, but I probably will change that to health once it comes out. We're getting some new, interesting new patterns, but this health plus like 13% health, that's a lot of health for Electra. That's a lot of health. Yeah. Yeah, it won't boost like her that much. She already has a ton of health. That is true. Goose would work. Yeah, I think Goose could be an interesting combination with her. These new patterns, it's going to be very interesting seeing the meta change with some of these new heroes that are coming out. She might be a meta changing hero. She might. She definitely might. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm excited for her. The items that you're going to want to be preparing, just think of what I guess you would consider a magic attack tank. So you can probably look at someone like Astaroth as a pretty good example of the items that you're going to need. So spheres of power, maybe Oppressor's Crown. You're going to need a lot of the Lamort's cards still. You're probably going to need a lot of these Harunian helms, right? So a lot of that type of stuff. A lot of that type of stuff. And it's interesting because whenever I think about tanks for a magic attack team, I usually like to use Aurora, but you don't really have to. I would like to use a tank that like helps Orion, Augustus, or the twins. Heck, even like Heidi and Iris more, right? If she has no armor, I can't imagine how much Ishmael will tear her up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Probably a lot of damage, though. Probably a lot of damage. And I don't know how effective she will be in getting healed, right? Like the heals that most healers have are going to be a certain amount of healing. Martha's health regen is 100 or 60% magic attack plus 32,500. So I have her almost maxed 101, 757. That's a decent amount, but for a 2.7 million hero. Yeah. Lara will be incapable of taking her down. I don't think anyone's going to be able to take her down really fast, right? I don't know. I'm very excited to do some testing on Electra once she comes out. Very excited. I think they will change some of her stuff from Hero Wars Alliance. Like this just seems very, very similar to Goose. Very similar to Goose. Or not Goose, Gus, Augustus. So I don't know. I don't know. Going with Goose, let's see. March of the Geese, cure 5% of a target's health. Plus that over 5 seconds. Yeah, so 5% probably is going to be a lot more than she would normally get in terms of overall health. So this could be a nice little combo, Goose with her. That is absolutely true. Could be a nice little combo there. Something we'll have to look out for. Yeah. But she should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. 135k. That's a pretty strong heal. Again, someone like Martha, as long as her totem stays up, would also be good. Just because that's a pretty large heal too. But yeah. This is why I think she could change a lot of teams, and she could be used with potentially a lot of teams. But we'll see whenever she comes out what she has. I know I'm not buying the golden ticket this month. It's cosmic season. I don't think it's a bad buy. But again, I only spend a certain amount, so I'm not getting the area of conquest ticket. I'm waiting until the new hero comes out and then spending on the event so that I can try to max out the new hero. That's going to be my goal. Each their own, though. Each their own. All right, let's talk about something else. Mysterious Island map. So last week I was talking. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. I decided to pull the trigger. I got every single prize, every single one. Cost a lot of moves, but well, every single one besides the pattern or the flag. That's the only one I didn't get. Why did I do that? Well, the reason is because the rewards were good, though they did cost a lot of moves. But really, the big reason is I wanted this pattern, the Magic Mastery pattern. And if you get every single one of those, every single one, you can get your Magic Mastery pattern to red, which is what I wanted to do. I'm going to be putting this on my flag on the next time I spend emeralds because I do have to replace it with something. I'll probably be putting it on this War Flag of Fervor, which increases the tank energy gain. I'll be removing this physical attack pattern, be putting that on just to have a really good magic attack team. Probably change this eventually to the health pattern too. The question is, do we need another hero? Why not a pet, for example? Hero should ask, give us what we want. I'm sure nobody asked for a new hero, Ryan. I couldn't agree more. I have been at the forefront of trying to get a new pet into the game. I talk about every single live stream that they have that a new pet would be more appreciated than any new hero. But here's the thing. New heroes give them money. People spend during new hero events. People spend during new Titan events. They want to get the red gifted Dominion. They want to get the Titan so that they're going to keep on doing them because they're trying to get money. My best guess is we're going to see a new hero every 2 months. And we're going to see a new Titan every 2 months until the summoners are finished. Then maybe they do a new pet. We'll see. Yeah, Nebula absolutely needs another pet. I completely agree there. What effect would you add to such a new pet, though? Oh, if I had to create a new pet? Interesting thought experiment. Let's see. So each pet has kind of a different ability, right? We got this one is a blind plus physical attack, armor penetration. This is for the healer / tank, a little bit of healing, control effects, magic damage healers, dodge heroes, pure damage dealers, protection, stop healing teams, stop control teams, and just additional damage for marksmen. I don't know. Maybe a pet that has like a like this is speed, right? The magic damage dealing skills. Maybe a pet that has a control effect for magic damage dealers. You got to kind of think of one for Nebula because that's the hero that needs it the most. Maybe a support pet, right? That is really good with support heroes. Like it increases their abilities by 10% or something like that. Something like that. Whereas Peach might come later on. I don't know. There are not crit hit chance boosting pets. Yeah, I guess that's true. But I'm not sure that one can apply to Nebula, right? So I think a support pet would probably be the best. A pet that can pull an enemy like Eden. Oh man, that would be crazy. That would change hero fights so much. If you had a pet that was like Eden and just pulled someone, oh my gosh, that would be OP. I would love it. I love like kind of changing the meta. Like throw something in that changes it, right? Make it to where teams or heroes that I think that's one of my biggest thing. Make it to heroes that are normally not good, make them viable. I want every single hero to be viable. I think that's where the fun comes in. But support, you know, a pet that helps marksman, that's Vex. Vex is the marksman pet. 100% Vex is the marksman pet. Pretty much applies to almost all marksmen. Besides like Dante, I guess. But yeah. Tosses, yeah. Could be something. Could be something. Yeah. So I did do the map. I do want to save some moves for the upcoming festival for Christmas. I think for that in particular, those are usually a pretty solid event. I'm not sure if I've shown people this yet, but there's actually a Hero Wars Assistant plugin. Let's go there real quick. It shows all the gifts that you got. New Year collected gifts. This is, by the way, completely legal app. It doesn't do anything for you. It just shows you information. And you can see last year, I got quite a few Eternal Seeds. My focus pretty much entirely on Ascension gifts and getting them back from people. So a lot of seeds and a lot of Ascension materials, which is what I probably need the most. Decent amount of skin stones too. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do again this year. I want to get a ton of Ascension stuff. Then the year after that, I probably won't need Ascension stuff as much. But I still need Eternal Seeds. I still need so many of them. I'm upgrading those branches. Upgrading those branches. But they really need to finish all Ascension abilities for the heroes, old and new. Yeah, I agree. They slowly are adding those on, and they are making those heroes a little bit more viable whenever they do that. Do we get a second map this month? I saw that there's clearly space on the right for one more. I don't think they'll leave it empty till December, so maybe a new map with Electra. That would be my best guess. They probably will have another map with Electra. Whether that's good or not, who knows? The last map for the Titans was not good. Complete pass for Verdok and Fido. But they're really throwing a lot of stuff at us, guys. Like it is critical now to be more efficient than ever before. Because you can't just use resources on everything. You just won't have enough. They are throwing event after event, new hero, new Titan. You have to be smart about resource control. That's what this game is all about, resource control. 100%. 100% resource control game. And I'm very adamant about this because a lot of these events, you're going to just have to say, I'm just going to get basically the bare minimum from it, right? Let's take a look at a lot of these events, right? So this is the calendar. We have Jet Sprawls coming up very soon. Area of Conquest, that's relatively free to play. Sears game, that is not free to play. But you have to choose where you want to spend, right? And what events are actually good. Guardians of Outland, don't like it. Sears game, don't like it. Portal Anomaly, don't like it. Elemental Synergy, used to be good, don't like it anymore. Power of the Titans, I love Power of the Titans. Love Tournament of Titan Power, but that's because I get emeralds there. Sigurd's Brawls, don't spend emeralds really. Ascension to Asgard, I do. I think that's one of the better ones. AOC is definitely not free to play anymore. Well, if you're in a bad guild, it can be pretty easy to get a win. If you're in a good guild and you're free to play, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But use your resources wisely. That kind of brings me onto the next point. I want to go over some efficiency tips. Ryan, can you ask Hero Wars to lower or even take out the 5k emeralds to change a red pattern? Is not okay at all. I think if you and Olympus will ask Hero Wars, they will listen eventually. I would love that. I think those should be able to be interchanged for much cheaper. If make it a gold thing, right? Make it a gold thing. You spend so much on these patterns, and like it costs a lot to get these things. And I upgraded this one already. You can see here I upgraded it to 7%. So it's going to be hard to get it to 8. But yeah. Yeah. The matchmaking is crazy. Last AOC, the highest anyone in my guild and power was at 600k. My team was the strongest at 500. Teams has 800 plus k. Yeah, that's going to make it hard. Yeah, that's going to make it hard. But I would agree. Taking out those emeralds would be good so that you can keep on moving them around. There you go. Okay. Try to take the middle. What you really need to do, if you're going to be successful, you need a guild that can coordinate. And what you want is to put a strong team in the middle, but then have a team that counters. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit confusing. Have teams that counter the team that counters your team right next to you. So if someone runs down with a team that counters yours, you should have a team ready that counters it to knock them out, right? Like that's the goal. Don't have a lot of the same team. Now, can guilds work that efficiently? Not many, but that is the best strategy. That is the best strategy. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Let's go back to efficiency. All right, so a couple things for people to know. I like to try to be as efficient as possible. You see these type of events. Number one, I think it's super important. Wait for a lot of events. Wait for a lot of events to spend where it's like triple stacked, right? So I will be spending some energy because I have the Hero Tournament of Power event, Legacy of the Great Ones, Foundations of Power. Today is a good day to spend some energy. So you could go ahead and do that. But you're also decide like which events are the most, which events are the best for you to spend. Other efficiency needs. This right here. You get 1 energy normally, unless you have the energy boost, per 6 minutes. I know people are going to be like, you're nitpicking crazy. That you get 3 plus 60 energy boost a day. I usually like to wait until that tick hits, where if I move from 85 to 86 and then grab the daily quest, that way I'm not like once you grab the plus 60, it resets this timer. So try to get that in as high as possible just for a little bit more energy each day. Next up, Town Shop resets 3 times daily. Always buy the purple stuff. You can also buy like this stuff if you want to. It's not as important, but always buy the purple items. 3 times a day, you should be getting this. Arena Shop, all these shops, buy the items that you need, the items that you're going to continually need. I focus in on these purple items, like the Desert Blades, the Hand of Glories, the Minotaur's Helm. You're going to need a billion of those. For me, I know what items I need. Trines, I'm always going to buy, right? Those are some of the best. Yeah. Free resources. We have artifacts that go on right now. Right here. It gives you 3 daily. Go grab them. Go grab them right now. 15 artifacts for red artifacts? Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's free stuff. Take it. You know? Take it. I like to try to do the dungeon. We've talked about that. That is kind of a grinding thing, but you do get more gold each day. The timing of a lot of things matters in this game, right? Try to get as many prestige points as you can for your guild so that you can keep on getting rewards. It does add up over time. That's a nice tip there. For Asgard, I'm not sure there's really any good tips for Asgard besides making sure that you don't have the 7 of 7 available. Right? Like, make sure you're not wasting there. Sanctuary, this shop right here, always buy the chaos particles here. And if you have pet soul stones, buy those. Right? If you can do Adventure 13, always do Adventure 13. All those are things you should be doing every day. Another big one. I wait to do a lot of my arena fights until an hour before my arena time because I want to get every single day the 650 emeralds. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but you get this every day. Let's do some calculations here. And I know this is for if you're a new player, you're not going to be able to do this, right? This is only if you're on a higher or a lower like population server slash you can be competitive. Maybe it's new, but if you can do this daily, that's 237,000 emeralds per year. Yeah, that's a lot. Ryan, your opinion regarding Cornelius, is the skin worth it? Can we use him somewhere where it will matter? I never saw him in most meta teams. You will not see him in most meta teams. He is not a good PvP hero. Where you will see him is Osh and Maestro teams. He can be very good in PvE, but he needs a little bit of luck and crit chance to actually do well. So because of that, he's hard to plan for. I did upgrade my Cornelius. If I could go back and change that, I would. Yeah, I would not do it. I think there are a lot better heroes to upgrade than Cornelius. So this is probably my biggest mistake. I did get the skin though. I did get the skin, the armor penetration. It's a pretty solid skin if you have him. But again, it's only going to be for Maestro and Osh where you're going to be using him. You should go over Maestro and how having buffs help. Well, yeah. For Maestro, you should be doing every single fight every single week, right? Beforehand of fighting all of these little minions in the guild raid. I do mine as soon as I can. You'll notice all of these are gone. I will be buying every single one of these buffs. I actually buy them little by little because I want to spend gold. It's actually hard to spend gold now whenever you have gotten a lot of gold. So I use these and I keep these until the last second, but I do that, right? So because of that, I will kind of like buy all those, and then you can choose the different ones. Me personally, this one is really good. At the limit, at the speed of light, very good. Strength and perseverance is pretty solid. Secret weapon is very good. Unbridled energy is good. And I did through a prism and charmer skill. Now these do change on a week-to-week basis, but those are the ones I grab, and I'm going to grab all of these gold buffs too. Can you discuss Outland bosses? Sure. Now, I've finished all my Outland bosses, so each one of them has different heroes that you're going to be able to use. You can see down here, required heroes. It will show you the heroes that you're going to be able to use. So for the spider, it's going to be mostly marksman. Heroes that stand pretty far back, mostly. You're going to need to do physical damage. See, immune to magic attacks and melee attacks. So you're going to need to be doing like physical damage that are like alts for the most part. This one's immune to physical attacks, so you're going to be having a lot of magic heroes here. Aurora, Celeste, Orion, Heidi. Orion's really good against them. Really, really good against this boss. And then in the Fiery Abyss, you have this guy where it is going to be mostly melee attacks and prevents ranged heroes from fighting, right? So up close attacks. Is it possible to add new levels for the Outland bosses? Maybe eventually. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Where does Zeus rank in the arena top 50? I actually have no idea. I don't know where he ranks. Hopefully high. The double power tournaments are annoying. One per month would be enough. 1 month of hero, then the next Titan, then you can at least save something. Derek, it's an interesting point. I actually like having them both each month because it gives me a chance to win both. And since I don't really buy emeralds, this is my number one way of getting free emeralds. So I like having them a lot just to get free stuff. But I get that it's a lot. I do. Yeah, Yasmin is also really good. That is true. Top 5 Titans for starters, especially for the dungeon. I personally like a water team. So you want Sigurd, Hyperion, Nova. Those are kind of the big 3. I then probably would upgrade Eden and Araji too. The other supers for the other elements, so those other teams can do at least somewhat decent. Yeah. Yep, I buy 3 Maestro gold buffs a day for the prestige quest, Rantop. Exactly. That's exactly what I do too, to get that 3.5 million spent. 100%. All right, AOC. Let's talk about this real quick. I think I'm changing up my team. This team right here, besides, I'm actually switching this. So this is a blog post by Olympus, best teams, and you can take a look at what he has as some of the top teams right now. I've been using a variant of, or basically this team right here. I think I'm going to switch that up. I think I'm switching it up. I think I'm going to be moving, at least for a little bit, Goose instead of Aiden. I want to test him out. That's the reason I'm building up Goose. I want to see how he does in AOC with this team. And the reason I'm doing this is he can heal these other heroes a lot better than Aiden. Now, Lyria is more susceptible. Definitely more susceptible, Lyria. But I still want to see how it plays out. This is an interesting team for me. So I'm going to be throwing it out there. Galahad Ishmael is actually crazy good for AOC if you get Ishmael started. Yeah. To be fair, most teams are good for AOC if you have an Ishmael that's already started. Yeah. Use both Aiden and Goose. Who are you taking out, Laura or Sebastian? Or are you talking about just a completely different team? I mean, I guess you could take out Lyria and have Aiden too and Goose, but then I think the problem you're going to be facing is if you do run into Dante teams, Ishmael is just going to be charging him up quite a bit unless it's an RNG battle at that point, right? Yeah, but this is a team I think I'm going to be doing for AOC. While we're at it, go ahead. If you do have a team you want me to fight on stream right now, go ahead, put it in the chat. We're going to be getting into that in just a minute or two. We'll do a few of those fights, and then we're going to be doing our giveaway. I'm very interested. I did this straight up against my other team, this one, and the one with Goose won against the one with Aiden. Now, it did take out my Lyria, which is not optimal. To really be effective, this team needs to be fully engaged. Lyria stopping the dodge heroes. Like, again, if you run into a Dante, even an Aurora team. Yeah. All right, someone threw out a team. Fafnir, Laura, Aiden, Ishmael, Sebastian. Let's use that team as a. All right. Fafnir, Laura, Sebastian, Ishmael, and Aiden. Okay. I'm just going to do what I think you would do. Maybe Oliver even there. Actually, probably Mara there. Let's change that to Fenris just so we can put Oliver here. We'll put Chorus there. We'll put Axel. War flag. Actually, let's change that. Let's make it the Warriors flag. Physical attack, armor penetration, and let's just say armor. Okay. Seems like a decent team, right? Let's see how it does. The problem I'm seeing with this team is I probably will need to put Sebastian in here. Let's go ahead, do Augustus and let's put in, like, I don't know, maybe Aurora. Or not Aurora, Celeste. Okay, let's do a pet of Axel. War flags, that one works. Magic penetration, and we're going to do that. There we go. Alvinor, yes. Alvinor can be very good against Ishmael. Very good. All right, let's see how this team does. Problem I'm seeing is it doesn't have any way to stop. Like, okay, well, as I say that, the RNG gods did not smile upon me. Wow, this one is taking out a Aurora team pretty consistently. Is it because I'm getting stunned too quick? I'm assuming that's what it's going to be. Let's see. I need to actually watch this fight. My best guess is Lara is actually going to be stunning before Sebastian. My Sebastian. That's it. Okay, that's why. There we go. Okay, let's switch this up. Now that we've diagnosed the problem, let's go ahead put Dorian in and put Sebastian at number 2. Let's see if that fixes that issue. Because I think Sebastian should ult a little bit faster being in second position. So there we go. There we go. Okay, and that's blocked. And now let's see what happens. Without Ishmael being able to hit the stunned Aurora, now this team is going to be pretty effective against that one. Okay, still a little bit of RNG there. If Ishmael still gets going, he can still be a problem. But at least this one is having a decent success chance. I'd assume the same thing is going to be happening. Let's go ahead, switch this up. If you put something like a Dante, maybe a Dante team, we'll put Lara into. I do want to keep Sebastian at the second level, if I can. Nope, can't do that. You know, it'd be interesting. I might even be able to get away with a Martha here. I might be able to. Now, normally I would do Nebula, but the whole point is to make sure Sebastian is in 2, so Lara can't stun before I do. Yeah, everyone's saying, Nebula, Nebula. I normally would, but Sebastian really has to be in the second position to stop that. Otherwise, that stun, I'm just dead, right? The whole point is dodging. So I'm looking for a hero who can be a little bit more backline that still aligns with this team. This is interesting. I'd love if Goose was like right there. That'd be great. Ooh, Zhu, is that up close? Yeah, everyone's maybe Jed. Maybe. We can try it. Here we go. Iris, yeah, Iris wouldn't be bad. Iris would not be a bad choice there. That's a good point. Nino, I'll get to your team in just a sec. Yep, and there's Dante. Right, it's just Dante can go just off against this team because it doesn't have Illyria to stop him, right? And most people have Dante. I actually don't. But yeah, this is getting close to 100%. This is pretty sick. Yeah. All right, let's go to the next team. Julius, Lara, Orion, Augustus, Nebula. Interesting. Interesting team. Orion, Julius, Nebula. I'm assuming Chorus is that going to be the pet. Otherwise, it's kind of unfair. Julius and Lara. Lara is kind of an interesting choice. Where are you, Julius? There we go. Chorus is going to be the team pet. We'll go ahead, say flag, sure. Magic. Magic penetration, magic mastery. Let's put it there. Okay. What would I do to counter this? Well, I think you can kind of counter it in a lot of ways. Let's go ahead. We could even do like an Ishmael. We are going to put Mara on there. We're going to do Isaac here. Where are you, Isaac? And let's throw like Aiden in, something like that. War flag. I'll just do pet. And yeah, we can. I feel pretty good about that team. I feel pretty good about that team. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. All 5 heroes still alive. Let's check the win percentage. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Okay. Okay, next. Kayla, Goose, Alvanor, Sebastian, Laura. Okay, let's go ahead and check it out. Kayla and Biscuit. Okay. Goose and Fenris. Sebastian and Albus. Laura and Vex. And who am I missing? Alvanor. And Axel. Plus Axel. War flag of readiness. Okay. And well, it's going to be a physical attack team. So let's just go ahead and do that. Do you recommend leveling up Ishmael's health glyph? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. Oh, let's go ahead. Let's figure out a team for this one. Definitely not doing you. Definitely not doing you. Let's throw a Dante in here. Keeping Lara. We are going to throw out... Let's go ahead and put like a Fafnir in. He could be interesting. And yeah, let's try like a... Let's just do like a fully boosted here. Let's try this. You have Lara set to Mara. Yes. Oh, is it not Mara for you? Vex. Okay. I'll switch that up. Yeah. I'm not sure changing that Lara to Vex. I mean, this team just doesn't have any dodge resistance against Dante. And Dante will pick them apart, you know. But let's change that real quick. I don't think it will make a difference. Yeah, you can also try ODH, Celeste, Aurora, Chorus. That's not a bad one. Sinval, yeah, there is. Corvus is really good against Yasmin too. Aurora is really good against Yasmin too. Yeah. Both of those. Very good. Yep. Pretty strong. There we go. I wonder if it's 100%. Just no way to stop Dante, right? That's why Lyria is like such a good hero. It just stomps Dante. I'm seeing a lot of Dante in the second position, just so Lyria can't like affect him with a like Sebastian and Nebula, and that can be annoying. I use Heidi in those situations because Heidi will still dodge and then do a counter attack. But I mean, you can also there's a few different things you can do. Okay, I'm gonna do one more battle. I'm gonna do one more battle. Um, Selim. We'll do Selim's battle here. You got Team Pet Axel. Okay. Lyria with Oliver. Yasmin with Kane. Like these are the things that is super important if you're a new player to know, right? You should be trying to catch as many of these type of fights and doing as many of these type of fights as absolutely possible to figure out who works well against who, right? Like that's what's going to make you a good Hero Wars player. And Aiden. And eventually you won't even have to test as much because you're just going to be like, I know that counter, I know that counter. Health flag. I'm gonna assume you're talking about the minus health. Armor, crit hit defense, and physical attack. Okay. Haven't seen the crit hit defense used very often. All right. How would I counter this team? Let's see here. Still using Lara. Love Lara. Use her in a ton of teams. Come on down, Corvus. Sebastian will still be used. Let's go ahead, throw like a, oh, whoops. Let's do Max. Yep, still using you. Corvus, where are you, Corvus? There you go. Don't think I'm using him. Let's go ahead and let's add like a, yeah, with Vex. Let's see how Goose gets thrown in here too. This could be kind of fun. No, that might, darn, that might push Laura out too much. Hmm. I could probably use Iris here. It's not a bad thing. Okay, let's see how this team does. Yeah, that's true. Once you get all the heroes, you can test them, but until you do, it makes it hard. Uh-oh. Yasmin's still going nuts on me. This is not 100% team. Let's see. Was that just unlucky the first battle? A little bit. What is this? 80% ish? 80% team? Dorian might work. Yeah. Let's switch this up real quick. Since they said I had the wrong flag. Oh, just the war flag of recovery. Okay. That's what you were talking about. Let's switch this up. We'll put Dorian in. I'm actually not sure if how much that is going to change, but we'll see. We'll throw it out there. While I'm doing this, let's go ahead do for the stuff for the giveaway. Let's do like exclamation point Electra. Electra. Exclamation point Electra. Okay, there we go. Problem is no one's healing more or Corvus. And yep, and now Yasmin just goes wild. Let's make it real easy. Let's make it real easy. Exclamation point Electra. Let's we're gonna just put in Helios. Let's shut it down before it begins, right? War Flag of Recovery, that's a good point. Probably would be very good for Electra. Yeah, without Yasmin there to do a lot of damage, I'm pretty sure this is going to be close to 100% team. Pretty close, I would guess. If you just put in the hard counter Helios. This is 2 counters to Yasmin, right? You have both Corvus and Helios there. It's just going to be death. Death to Yasmin. Then it's just cleaning up. Oh, it's not. 2 defeats. They're not defeating my team, but I'm also not defeating their team. But still not bad. Not bad. Give it a couple more minutes for Electra. Yeah, that health pattern is going to be pretty solid, especially with Electra. I'm definitely going to be leveling that up. 100%. 100%. All right. Let's go ahead. I need to spend a little bit of energy. That's close. That one, I need a lot of stuff. Boo. This one. Yeah, let's get some Minotaur helms. Exclamation point Electra. Only need to put it in one. One time. I'm not sure if Zeus is actually on this one, so I'm going to be recording all of the gifts. But we're going to get started in 30 seconds of this giveaway. We're doing 3. We're doing 3 gifts. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Here's where your account ID is. I'm going to need that plus where you play, Facebook or web. And make sure to add other words in there. Otherwise, I think for some, it just blocks it off. And I'm not able to see it. That's happened a couple times lately. So make sure you add just like, hey, I won plus that. In theory, you might be able to boost Electra to 3.7 million HP with Aiden. Goose could then heal almost 200k per feather. Yeah, that'd be a lot. That would be a lot. That opposing team would have to be doing a lot of damage. Goose is already super annoying to kill. Add someone in like Electra. I know they probably don't do that well in terms of like synergy for like their artifacts. Let's take a look. I can't even remember Goose's, and I'm building them up right now. Is it armor? Yeah, armor. So, I mean, I guess the armor might even be able to give her more health if that's how it works. I'm not sure if it's only at the beginning of the battle or even if she gets armor later on. Because then she could actually start to, at the start of the battle. Oh, these defensive stats become 0, cannot be altered in combat. Yep, never mind. Never mind. It won't help. That'd be nice if she could boost her up later on. Yeah. All right, let's do our giveaway. Load the comments. Load, load, load. Orion with Biscuit's patronage. Yep. If I see 2 healer teams, a lot of times I will use Biscuit as my main team pet. But you absolutely want to use Biscuit or Celeste or someone to stop healing with those teams. All right, we're doing Electra. 3 winners. We're going to draw you all at the same time. Here we go. I'm excited for Electra. I'm excited. All right. Sinval, Lux, and Kuba Hero Wars. Congratulations. You're the 3 winners. Go ahead. Let me know your ID and if you play on Facebook or web. A lot to absorb, all the hero skills and interactions. You're exactly right. Eat the invaders. If you're a new player, you're like looking at this and you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Better expect. Yeah, I'll expect it, Bob. Bob Bobbyson. I'll expect it. All right, go ahead, put your ID and where you play into the chat for these 3. Lux, Sinval, and Kuba. I see Kuba and Lux are here for sure. But yeah, it is a lot to absorb. Just every single day, just do a few test fights, right? Figure out who's good, who's bad. Watch videos, and you'll get it. All right, Lux. See, wow. Thank you both. All right, Sinval. Go ahead, give me your ID. Lux, I've got you recorded. Kuba. Got you recorded now. I'm a new player. Is there a team I can build around Yasmin? Yasmin is a very good solo hero. The issue is she has so many hard counters that she's not good later on in the game. She's still super fun. Still very, very fun. And then another web. Okay, great. And that is for Sinval. That is the fastest that people have responded. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. We'll make sure that those gifts get sent out to you soon. But to answer your question, for Yasmin, there's just so many teams that counter her. That's what makes her not the best hero later on. I mean, you can throw out like Sebastian to help crits. You can try to boost her with Nebula too, or like a Fafnir, but she's really a solo hero. Like just good solo as long as she's fighting the right team. So yeah, 10 spooky festival coins for Augustus skin, very hard to achieve. It is. It is. Did I not? I wait a minute. I didn't even do that. That's going to be the last thing I do. I meant to move my Augustus skin all the way up because I just bought it. But I don't think I did that. Let's go ahead and do it. All the way up. Time for you to get a little bit more health. My game is glitching. Here we go. Boom. 180. Maxed out Augustus. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So just as a heads up too, Olympus has a guide on the different skins that just came out. So feel free to take a look. He did some tests, especially on Augustus skin, to kind of give an idea of if it would be good or not. It will slow him down just a little bit, but it gives him more survivability, which is why I think it's a trade-off worth it. It won't slow him down a ton. It will not slow him down a ton. How to beat Lara? Is Amira only way to stop her crits? Well, Lara is damage dealer and stun. Her stun is the thing I worry about most, honestly. So if you put Sebastian or Chorus in a team that will stop her stuns, stopping her crits, yeah. Helios is really good against Lara too. Helios is really good. Amira can also be solid too. Yeah. That's going to be it for today. Thanks everyone for joining. We will have another live stream later on this week. So hopefully I will see you all there. Thanks for joining today. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk with you soon.